Hi, everyone. I'm here today to introduce the new series that I'm going to be doing for all the zodiac signs. This one will be a reading to find out how these next 3 years of your life are going to be impacted, the central theme of these next 3 years of your life. If you are not aware, in my astrology that I put out every Sunday on the 15th, 4/15, we entered a 3-year period of time in which Pisces is being schooled by the sign of Saturn. So it's kind of like the oppression of the energy of Pisces. Now, what you should know about this. First of all, we've been in the age of Pisces since around 50 BCE, and we will be transitioning into the age of Aquarius and solidifying the age of Aquarius at 2100. Okay. It seems like a far way away because we're like 75 years away from actually being in 2100. But that means that we are currently in this 100-year cycle from 2000 to 2100 of the shift into the age of Aquarius. The first 25 years was the concession, let's say that concession of the sign of Pisces giving the crown to the age of Aquarius. And this is the reason why we saw so much divisiveness, so much turbulence, and so much ugly. Then from 25 to 50, we're going to go into this transition where our physical world will be affected as we enter into the new rules of the age of Aquarius. And then we're going to go from 50 to 75, where we are going to see the impact of our social emotional frameworks. So relationship skills, connections, so forth, so stuff, that stuff that has to do with your emotional body, and that will be shifting into the age of Aquarius. Another large shift that will be causing a lot of chaos. And then finally, from 75 to 100 is when we enter into the psychic world, where our minds are and our spirit is being affected by the age of Aquarius. And then we're solidified the age of Aquarius. So why I'm telling you this is because these first 3 years is the giving up of the crown. We're actually entering into what the Bible talks about in the age of, in the book of Revelations of the 7 years of darkness. This is the first 3 years, and then we're going to go into another 4-year cycle, which is like, that shift. Okay, so you have to think of 7, very important because it represents every single one of our energy centers. So if you're going from the base all the way to the crown, it's not until the 7th year that we finally are free from all the confinements of the age of Pisces. What does the age of Pisces mean? You have to think of the age of Pisces as the two fish. This is when there was a separation between the yin and the yang, where there are perceived differences between white and black and good and bad and right and wrong, kind of a separation. And then because of that separation, there was a lot of deceit because as you saw the yin and yang, there was a lot of yin inside the yang and a lot of yang inside the yin, right? So there's darkness, hidden darkness in people. There's masks that they were wearing. There was lies and deceit. As we're entering into the age of Aquarius, what we're doing is that we're moving into a season in which your external world and the way people view you and everything will be what your internal world truly is. There is no more hiding. And I've explained this over and over again for a while, but a lot of people are not understanding. There are some people that are already receiving the impacts of being seen. Some of them are very negative and some of them are really positive. It depends on what side of the spectrum you are. So this series will be focusing on this. This introduction video will be in every single one of them. So people are aware as to what it is that I'm focusing on. We will see how it will affect your light aspect. In other words, the sun, what you can see in your life and what you will know on your 3D reality. And then we're going to be looking at your dark aspect and the moon aspect, which is your subconscious. And then we're also going to be looking at the thing you will be confronting because we will be looking at your double energy. So I hope this is very informative and it helps you guys to understand why you're feeling how you're feeling these next 3 years, as it is a huge shift that is happening in the collective. Thank you for being part of the family and always subscribing. Thank you for checking out my website and subscribing to my newsletter there, where I send out a email every week on the astrology. And thank you for being interested in the services that I provide. All of you guys have been a blessing to me and a blessing to this channel, and I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's start our message. So Sagittarius, I'm going to shuffle the cards just to make sure I get a very clean and precise message for you. And like I said before, I'm going to be pulling the Sun, the Moon, and the Devil card. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 decks out. So I can make sure that each sign gets like something that's clean for them. You know, I don't want somebody else's energy to fall into your energy. So that's the reason. So much shuffle. That's the reason for all this. So let's go with, this is literally the energy of Sagittarius. So we have a horse, a running horse. So it's a free stallion. I feel like it's free stallion running through the world. So free bird we're feeling here. So let's find your, oh, look, right off the bat, the Devil card. 1, 2, 3. Let's get the Sun and the Moon. Doop, doop, doop. Hangman lovers. Oh my gosh, the Sun and the Moon, like, oh, here goes the Sun. Sun, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, and the Moon right after it. I can tell you that subconsciously, something that's going to be happening to you is going to be significant. There's a lot to do with magic. So the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician card. So there is something about something that you're manifesting, something of magic that is forming around you. There's a big drastic change. So we're going to focus first on the Sun card, because that has to do with your 3D life, what you physically can see. Okay. And the first thing that comes out in the Sun card is the Three of Voices. Literally, this is sadness, and sadness is coming through because of memories, voices that you're hearing in your head. It's a door that you thought you closed that is going to open. The second thing that we have is the Six of Voices. Six of Voices is you moving into calmer waters from that, like releasing yourself from that. And the third thing that we have is the Ace of Inspiration. And then when you move from that heavy feeling into lighter feeling, then you're active, then you're taking action, then changes are happening. So I feel like these voices, they made you feel less than. So these might be the voices of people that repeated things to you, that told you things that you heard, like a theme, like a negative theme that literally holds you back your entire life. And I feel like you're confronting it and you're closing the door to it, which allows you to move into calmer waters. And then you're able to move forward. You're starting to take action. You're starting to evolve yourself. The second thing we have here is the Moon card. And in the Moon, it's interesting because this is your subconscious and your spirit. And the first thing that comes out is the High Priestess. This is an awakening of your third eye. This is also the energy of death, which is a huge transformation. And then we see, again, an ancient card, the Muse of Inspiration, which is the King of Wands, the activation of your masculine action energy. So both energies here, if we're looking at the Three of Voices and the Queen of, the High Priestess, is like an understanding of why, the why of the pain, and the understanding of how the pain has limited you. And then we have this energy of the six of voices, which is moving into calmer waters, linking up with the energy of death. Because when you move into calmer waters, you're allowing something to die and transforming into something new, coming out of your cocoon. And then we have the ace of inspiration, the spark of action, a drive, a desire, with the energy of the king of wands, which it plans the future and the steps that they have to take to make that advancement. And then we have the devil energy you're going to be confronting. And the devil, the first devil energy you're confronting is the devil of the ace of pentacles. That means lack, not enough money. Secondly is the knight of emotions, false love. And the third is the three of emotions, false friends. Lack of money, false love, false friends. Those are the devils that you will be confronting. But I think you're going to be confronting it because you're moving away from a pain, a sadness that has blocked your intuition, that has not allowed you to grow, and that has kept you stagnant. And once that happens, it's like, I don't have lack of money. I'm going to confront this lack of money and make money for myself. I'm going to stop accepting these false people that that pretend they're my friends and that pretend they're my loved ones and whatever, and don't have best interest for me, and cutting out these people that are celebrating all the time at my expense. So, I guess the activation of your inner fire, which is all about Sagittarius. I mean, I feel like you're getting your head straight and pointing in the right direction. So congratulations, the awakening of your power. I hope this helps you.